Hi, my name is Rustin Pangburn. There was a time in my life when I believed my story might already be over. My choices led me into addiction, the distribution of methamphetamine, and eventually years in prison. I take responsibility for those choices. But prison was not the end of my story. When I was released in 2010, I came home with very little. I did not have money, connections, resources, or a roadmap showing me how to rebuild my life. I had the clothes on my back, the weight of my past, and one question that would eventually change everything. That question was, why not? Two simple words. Why not believe that my life could become something better? Why not leave the old life behind? Why not trust God, take responsibility, and begin rebuilding one decision at a time? The gates may have opened, but true freedom did not happen the moment I walked out of prison. Freedom came through the choices I made after I returned home. I had to separate myself from old influences. I had to face the harm I caused. I had to rebuild trust, develop discipline, work hard, and learn that change is not something we simply talk about. Change is something we demonstrate every day. By the grace of God, I rebuilt my life. But as the years passed, I could not forget what it felt like to return home with no real plan and no one showing me how to navigate those first critical days. That lived experience became the foundation of Why Not Mindset. Why Not Mindset exists because people returning from incarceration are worth more than their worst decisions. I say it all the time. They are not simply a prison number. They are not only the charge written beside their name in that folder. They are human beings. Gifts, potential, and the ability to change. Our mission is to help people navigate the first 90 days after incarceration. Those first 90 days can determine whether someone begins building a stable future or gets pulled back towards the same circumstances that contributed to their incarceration in the first place. That is why we focus on practical support, mentorship, accountability, employment readiness, transportation, communication, clothing, hygiene, and connection to the community. But we are not only helping people create a plan, we are helping them believe that a different life is possible. Today, I have the privilege of speaking at universities, conferences, recovery organizations, correctional facilities, and community events. I also serve inside Ozarks Correctional Center as a partner in corrections, encouraging men who are preparing for the same journey that I once faced. Every time I walk inside a correctional facility, I remember that I could have remained trapped by the shame of my past. Instead, God allowed that past to become part of my purpose. Why Not Mindset is not built around perfection. We all know that. It is built around progress, accountability, faith, collaboration, and the belief that the comeback can become stronger than the setback. My vision is to build bridges between correctional institutions, community organizations, employers, universities, recovery programs, families, and people returning home. Because successful reentry does not happen through one organization alone. It happens when a community decides to believe in second chances and becomes part of the solution. I cannot rewrite my past, but I can use it to help someone else write a different future. And that is the message behind Why Not Mindset. You are worth more than your worst mistake. That's it. Your past does not have to remain your prison. It can become your teacher. It can become your testimony. And it can even become your purpose. So when the world tells you that you cannot change, that you don't belong, when your past tries to pull you backwards, or when someone tells you that your future has already been decided, answer with one simple question. Why not? Two simple words. Why not be the change together?